Well, you join me down at Wylands. I'm fishing the old specimen lake. Yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll catch a few carp along the way. Be nice to get at least a 20 out. That would be my goal for this session. So let's go. Well, had a good walk around the lake and saw plenty of carp, saw bubbles, saw lots of things. All the swims are free as well, which is really good. But I've decided to pick a swim that's got a lot more water in it. I've got an island to the right and open water to the left. And yeah, there's plenty to go for. Did notice quite a few carp though, mostly small ones. I did see a few sort of mid doubles, maybe 20-pounder swimming around, but I did see a few smallies, so I think that might be a bit of a challenge trying to get through those. But it's looking really good. I'm really happy with where I picked, really. I think it's a good area and I think I can build on it while I'm here. I'm only using 2 rods on this session. You can use 3 on here, but I decided to go for 2. Don't go crazy with the rods and have all these lines all over the place, and yeah, I think it's just better just to have 2, and it's only small. It's only about 3 acres and it's got about 8 swims on it, so yeah, you don't want all those rods going out, especially when other people turn up on this lake. It's going to be even more manic with rods going out and all lines everywhere. So yeah, I've gone for something minimal really. So I decided to put one on the island, about a foot back from the island, and found a nice hard spot there. That's on a helicopter setup with a Ronnie rig, and I've got an ocean through 15mm wafter on that. And then the other rod, that's to my left down the margin. I've gone out about 6 foot from the margin because it's rather shallow in close, and that's on a lead clip on the Ronnie rig, and I've got a single spice corn wafter on that as well, 15mm. I just decided to first of all stick with single wafters and see what happens really. I've put a handful 2 boilies on the island with a thrown stick, and I've got a mixture of spice corn, ocean fruit and walnut 15mm. In the margin I'm also feeding the same boilies, but I'm also going to put in some 6mm halibut pellets as well, just something a bit different in the margin spot. And I've seen a lot of carp around there as well, so I think I can really get them going on it as well. But yeah, I've seen a few carp feeding on the bottom as well, down the margins and swimming up and down. So yeah, I think it's promising. It looks really good. I definitely think I will get a few bites. So yeah, let's see. I managed to get my first bite, not very big, but a stunning little common. I had to change things around. I've ended up changing to a dumbbell ocean fruit wafter in the margin, and it's managed to pay off, and I've managed to get one. I'm trying other things, I'm trying to get them, I'm seeing them, they're everywhere out there. Every time I put bait in, they come in and feed, but trying to get them to pick up the hook bait has been difficult. But at least I managed to get this one, and now I know what they want. I can keep going, hopefully get a few more. I have seen some bigger ones out there as well, so yeah, I'm going to keep going. Right, let's get this one back. Well, after I'd done 2 bites, didn't have much after that. I I did start to try and get them on the surface, and they definitely came up and nothing happened. So just those two on the bottom. Did manage to lose one as well, but it was only on for a couple of seconds and it came off as well, which is a bit annoying. But changing to them dumbbell wafters seem to have kicked something off. I've managed to get a few bites, but mostly small, and yeah, nice looking though, really nice and dark, and I would like to try and catch one bigger. I have seen a few big ones around, they're swimming around up and down, mostly in sort of the middle area of the lake, so yeah, I'll have to change things tomorrow. I might have to try and go on the surface tomorrow, I reckon, and play around with zigs. It is quite shallow, so it doesn't take them much from going to the bottom to the top. But I think tomorrow I'm going to be mostly focused up in the layers. It's going to be warm tomorrow as well, so I think that'd be the best option. That's if I get anything overnight, that is. The rods are all, on the spots with bait over the top of them, and if I get a bite tonight, then at least it's a bonus, and then tomorrow I can sort of focus and work the swim and try and make something happen, and hopefully try and get something bigger. I think if I can get them on the surface, I can see where the big ones are, and hopefully I could catch one. But I've only seen like 5 or 6 decent sized carp swimming around, so yeah, I'll definitely give that a go tomorrow. But for now, I'm just gonna see what happens in the evening and in the dark, and hopefully I'll catch something by tomorrow morning. If not, get on the floaters, get on the surface and try and smash them up. Try and catch at least a couple more carp and try and hopefully something's bigger. Well, we'll see anyway. Well, I didn't really get anything overnight. It was pretty quiet, really. Did hear a few splashes out there and all over the place, really. It wasn't particularly one spot, so I can't really make any decisions on the fish jumping and where the area they might be, because it was just it was pretty much just scattered all over the lake. This morning I decided to bring both the rods in and chuck one right, one left, undersling them about halfway out, because I noticed a lot of carp swimming up and down in the evening in the middle area, and I saw a few bigger ones as well, and yeah, it didn't really work out very well. First one was a really small carp that I didn't want to bother showing. And then the other one came off, so I had 2 takes, but both of them were small. There just seems to be a lot of smallies in here, and I have seen a few bigger ones, but yeah, there's a lot of small carp in here, and I'm trying to get through them to try and get something decent. It's been challenging. Don't really know anything about this lake, so I have no idea about the stock or anything, and apparently they go up to £28, but at the moment I'm struggling to see anything bigger than sort of maybe £20 I've seen swimming around. So yeah, it's been challenging, it's been difficult so far. I think I'm going to switch to the surface, because yesterday I did see quite a few cruising along the surface, and in the morning it was quite horrible and a little bit rainy and everything when I turned up, but when the sun came out in the afternoon, they definitely come up and cruise, and I do think they will take biscuits in here. So I'm going to give that a go, try and pick out something bigger, and hopefully save my session by catching something better and bigger, and hopefully a few more fish along the way as well that's worth showing. So yeah, I'll get on and sort out that and have a go on the surface and see what happens.
Well, that's a much better fish that I was catching on the bottom anyway. Yeah, so I caught this one off the surface. Started feeding them for the last couple of hours and they've got going, and yeah, finally got one. I'm going to keep going and hopefully try and catch something a bit bigger. I have seen some bigger ones out there, so yeah, keep going. Well, I didn't manage to catch after that. I had that 10 pounder. I really tried. I tried really hard on the surface. I kept feeding, and I thought surely I'm going to get one. They just kept avoiding the hook bait, and I was like, oh, what's going on? I trimmed the hook bait down, made it smaller. I was using a red lobster pop-up, just shaving it down to look like a dog biscuit pretty much, and nope, wouldn't work. Even though it looked like it, they just avoided it, or they went up to it and just sort of spat at it or smacked it, that kind of thing. Yeah, tricky. Even changed to a smaller hook as well to try and invoke something, and still wouldn't happen. Yeah, it's been hard work. I mean, it's a lot busier now. There's a lot more people on the lake as well, which made things even harder as well. I just can't get hold of them. They just won't take anything. It's so difficult and frustrating. But at least I've given it a good go. I've done a 24-hour session here and I've managed to catch a few carp. They're not very big, but I've got to be happy with something. At least I didn't blank. So all I've got to say is thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out all my other videos. And also don't forget to put a comment.